My name is Anna Robinson and I'm the very proud Chief Executive Officer and Executive Head Teacher of Mark Education Trust. Mark Education Trust is a trust made up of 2 secondary schools based in semi-rural East Sussex. The name of our trust epitomises who we are and what we stand for. The M stands for the fact that we are motivated, we want to create exceptional schools that are caring and safe and supportive for both our children and our adults. We're ambitious for our children and our staff. We want them to achieve highly and to be happy and successful. We are resourceful. We want to ensure efficiency and value for money for our young people. And we are knowledgeable in that we value learning for life.
I love my job. I really do think I won the job lottery when I got a job here. For me, it's that no day is the same, and through the role of being head of personal development, I get to work with students in so many different aspects, be that the student leadership team, supporting with the mental health, careers. Every day brings a whole new range of challenges, but also so much fun, and it's that opportunity to build amazing relationships with both my colleagues and the students that just makes this the best job in the world.
I love making a difference. I love the relationships that I have with the kids. I love being able to make a difference on a bigger scale than I was as a classroom teacher, so you can have impact with parents. We've put together joint things with the English department, so historical novels and reading, and I just love seeing the children develop over the 7 years that they're with us. It's one of my favourite things.
I love that my year group is very different to the older year groups. They're in year 7, so they're coming from primary, and it's our job from the very beginning to get to know them, to go and visit them at primary school, to meet with their parents, and when they come to us on transition days, to get to know key players and also to get to know those that are nervous and worried and anxious, and really make them feel like they belong here. And I love the fact that they go home smiling every day, and they really love being here, and we like to make it so.
I love this school because there's a real togetherness. Yeah, there's a community feel. Everyone looks out for each other. It's a nice, cohesive, close-knit team. And that's why I love coming about to Beacon. You're never on your own. There's always somewhere there to give you a helping hand. For me, this is definitely the right school, and I certainly would never look anywhere else.
Unlike any other school that I've taught at, this is my 5th school now. And something that's so attractive about this school is that small sort of rural catchment, and you're able to actually know the pupils that are in your lessons rather than just delivering from the front and steering a broad lesson. You can actually, every lesson you can have those discussions, and you can have kind of incremental impact on their learning.
I applied partly because we were relocating, so I've been teaching in London for the previous 14 years, and I saw the advert on the TES, and as you do, I went on the website and checked it out, and immediately was blown away by what the school had achieved, the reputation locally, and the core values of what they were aspiring to. So for me, it was a no-brainer. So the interview and application process was really supportive, very thorough. I had contact with the school throughout, which was really helpful, and they were able to give answers to questions that I had around the context locally, and for me that was a big deal coming from London, which was very different. And the application process and interview itself was really well organised, and the HR department really looked after us. The day was as good as they can be, and obviously I was thrilled to get the job.
Uplands has always had very high expectations, and I think coming from the school where I did as well, where behaviour management needed to be so strong, it's actually a relief to kind of ease off of the forceful nature of it and actually have it come through here as very simply be nice to each other, accept each other, and just be kind to each other. And actually with that underpinning everything that goes through, it has helped you teach because all the students know what the expectations are.
I think that the students that we have here are lovely. They make me laugh every day, and I think that when we model politeness and acceptance and just generally being good people, we see that mirrored every day. I think that if we set children up to be helpful and respectful and responsible, then that's what we'll get. We'll get well-grounded and well-rounded, lovely young people.
Working with young people here is really great. They're very enthusiastic, want to be involved in a lot of the extracurricular stuff, which as a PE teacher is really pleasing. We've had a lot of interest in the Duke of Edinburgh Award this year, which shows that they're eager to learn and eager to stretch themselves beyond the classroom.
I love the students here. I think that most of the students here have a really subtle drive behind them. It doesn't have to be loud pupils or ones who are constantly participating in lesson, but we can see from our results that everybody makes really good progress. And of course I enjoy working with my colleagues. I think particularly in the department that I'm leading at the moment, we've got people with a diverse range of experience, and it's brilliant to be able to share ideas or get ideas from perhaps newer members of staff.
Although we work with the students, we also work with the families, so I have regular contacts with home, with outside agencies, and just kind of all work together to have the best outcome for each of our students. And because you get to work with the students so closely, it's really rewarding, especially, when you see them overcome their challenges and difficulties. With my role and with working at Beacon, it's really a good work-life balance, and I'm able to be a mum to a young girl and work at the same time, so they're really understanding with what my outside commitments are also.
The only way I can describe it really is a family feel, because of the size, and everyone seems so supportive. In terms of supporting from a teaching point of view, being able to share resources, that's been really, really good with going into an academy in the Mark Trust.
We just look after each other, really. I think it is kind of like a family. I don't know if that's a bit cheesy to say, but I think I've been here for such a long time. This is like my second home now.
They really look after staff here. Within a few months I've been offered the opportunity to do a professional qualification, and they give you opportunities to progress in different roles as well as to improve your practice and pedagogy.
As a second in department, I was then given the opportunity to become a head of department, and when I was successful in that role, I applied to be an SLE, which was something I've always dreamed of, and the school made that a reality, and it enabled me to go and work with other schools, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
I've been given lots of opportunities recently. I've recently undertaken a diploma in pastoral management, which was done through the University of Buckingham, and that was funded for through the school. And added to that, I'm just about to undertake an MPQ in senior leadership, which again I'm really excited for. And I've never worked in a school where there have been so many opportunities.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed since being at Beacon actually is the chance to sort of explore pedagogy in a lot more depth. It's an area that I'm really interested in, really passionate about, and I think that even if we're doing things well, we make no assumptions about what we've got. If we can chip away at another 10% of knowledge, then I really like to do that. So definitely in terms of development of pedagogy and some of the work we've done on metacognition, resilience, self-regulation, I found very, very interesting. So that's the area I kind of take myself in terms of development.
This year I'm going to be taking on D&V with another member of staff, which is really, really exciting. However, there have been numerous roles that have come out over the last month alone across the academy, for things like head of year, which is something in the future I definitely look to go into.
So I don't just do history here, I'm also in charge of our Uplands Pride group as well, and the school's been incredibly supportive with that. So I've done various training on that. We have about 30 students every week come along and discuss all things Pride, etc., which is fantastic, and the school's been amazingly supportive.
For me, the bit about my job that probably gives me the most happiness is when I see our students' faces on results day and they have that euphoria about them, that all the hard work's finally paid off, and nothing beats that moment in education. Well, for me anyway.
I really love results day. Coming in over the summer holidays and being so nervous on the drive over because you just want everyone to have done their best, and then seeing them open those envelopes and burst into tears, and then I burst into tears, and then their families are there, and it's just such a lovely day. That's my favourite day.
I love my job. I get to work with amazing people, an amazing year group, and I love every day that I come to work. It's a fresh challenge every day, and it's just a lot of fun.
The advice I'd give to someone who's thinking of applying to come to Beacon is come and have a look. Come and get a real feel for the school.
Apply. Do it. You're not going to regret it. No one ever wants to leave here because it's so lovely.
Come and look around the school and see what's going on for yourself, and talk to our students, find out what they're like and what kind of teachers they want in front of them.
This is a job that's totally unlike any other job at all. This is not about the money, this is a vocation, and in this job you can actually improve the lives of young people.
I would say welcome to the best job in the world. I've sometimes sat down and thought, what would I do if I wasn't a teacher? And I honestly cannot answer that.
It's a nice sized rural school with lovely kids, supportive staff, and I couldn't see myself working anywhere else from now.
I'd say go for it. It's one of the best places to work.
It's just a really wonderful place to be.
If you're thinking about applying, don't hesitate to get in touch. Never underestimate the positive impact that you can have on young people's lives.